Hello everyone, welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel. This is me, Annie, and I will be drawing for you today. Grab your tea, coffee and snacks and let's dive into today's video. Today I'm going to be working on something very simple, nothing fancy, just a nice sketchbook spread filled with some strawberries just for the good mood and a bit of celebration of summer. For me, summer has always been a little bit a celebratory or like a fun season. Maybe because I really like the summer holidays, because I didn't have to go to school. And it just kind of sticked with me for this reason. Or maybe it's because me and my sister's birthday are on summertime, so it's also kind of historically developed. So yeah, with this little drawing, I just wanted to kind of unwind and relax a little bit and give myself some slack with art and just have some fun. And for this drawing, I'm using my favorite mixed medium sketchbook of small square format, and I'm going to draw with my acrylic paint pens and give it some practice. And for the line art, I think I'm going to use a brush pen, and just for my own sanity, I'm going to use a photograph as a reference that I found on Pinterest. So in case you want to do a draw along or something like that, just look up for some reference of strawberries on Pinterest. I am sure you will find plenty of cute photographs. So I've been browsing some social media and some Reddit. I'm a big fan of mental health content and like psychiatry and psychology content. So oftentimes I see people sharing their stories online, and I like to read through those and see how other people are coping and maybe, have some ideas for my own coping mechanism and stuff, because there's always something going on, and it's generally a good thing to have a lot of tools in your tool pocket so you can go through life with less obstacles and just in general more smoothly. And I just generally like to educate myself on some different topics just to have enough tools for me to navigate my own life and my own struggles, because oftentimes in my own life I found myself helpless or uneducated or unaware of things, and that caused a lot of discomfort and struggles before I actually realized that there were some certain things that I didn't know about, and it was nice to be finally aware of them and start moving towards solving the problems instead of just coping with them. And these are not something openly talked about often, but rather silent battles of many people out there, including myself. And it's really nice to know that you're not alone in something. So here I am. I just wanted to kind of bring up this topic that has been with me for years, since I can ever remember myself, because I was never taught how to fight this type of thing, nor I was educated of anything like that, because I guess our society wasn't that developed 10 or 20 years ago. So as a society, we are still learning and finding out new things that are happening, and we are finding more healthier ways to communicate and to exist in this world and stuff like that. And the topic I am about to start a chatter with you is loneliness. Yeah, I know I may sound all bubbly and friendly and happy, but there's always a big but. Not but have you ever felt so empty or not out of the world or disconnected from where you are or from people you are with, that you felt that you needed to leave the situation or the setting because you thought nobody would even notice you were there or that you were absent? Because for me, that's what pretty much happens very regularly. It's not very often. Recent years were better in this way because I started addressing this problem, because at some point it just started to affect my real life so much, and I really had to solve this, because for the longest time in my life I thought it was normal to feel lonely that much, but apparently it wasn't. But since I was feeling this way for so long, from whenever I remember myself, like a very young childhood, my little brain developed a coping mechanism that became a part of my personality. So at some point I just realized that I cannot ever extinguish this part of me from my personality, because it's just how I am already. Like, it's been 30 years and I obviously cannot get rid of something that's been buried in my character so deeply. So I kind of just accept this part of me as it is, but I need to develop like a strategy to help me out when I struggle, because sometimes I really struggle with this feeling of loneliness, even though there are very nice people around me that are super dear to me and I love them with all my heart. Sometimes it just happens, like either hormonal change, or I'm exhausted, or maybe I didn't eat well or didn't sleep well, or sometimes people do or say something that could trigger something in me and they aren't even aware of it, and obviously not doing it on purpose. And sometimes I'm also not aware of something, I just get triggered, and then I kind of have to figure out what was the trigger of me being so sensitive to something, whatever, you know. And this probably comes somewhere from childhood, because most of our mental things that are bothering us, like not always problems, but just like, you know, like stumbling rocks, you know, things like worry us or like press an uncomfortable point of our soul, or, you know, just don't feel nice in general. I'm sure everybody has something like that. And I think this feeling of deep loneliness comes from times when my parents were trying to survive and, you know, provide for our family some food, because we didn't grow up in a very nice time, me and my sister, and my parents did all they could to bring food to our plates, and it was in the cost of spending the quality time with us as kids. So I feel like this impacted me a lot, and that's why I feel this feeling of detachment or like not belonging to anything, because I was mostly by myself. Even though I had like an elder sister, I understand that she couldn't be my parent, because I mean, she was a kid too. She was also struggling with all the expectations that are put on elder children by the parents. And I was struggling as a smaller kid who was lacking parent attention, and also wasn't really good relationship with her sibling, because, you know, young kids are kind of dumb and they're often fighting, especially if they're siblings, and they're trying to compete for their parents' attention. And that's like a part of life, is just how things are. So given this context that I've been living this life like that, there's no wonder that I have this deep root of loneliness buried in the deepest part of my heart and soul. So it's always this two parts of me that are fighting kind of in between each other. One is trying to convince me that you don't have to bother anyone with your problems and your need of attention is only your problem. And the other part that is really wanting to reach out and, you know, ask for some quality time together with my loved ones. And sometimes my head just goes in circles, like if I should actually reach out and, you know, express my loneliness, or should I just shut up? And then there is the third part of me that really likes the alone quality time, like sitting and drawing for hours, and doesn't really need any presence of anybody, like alone time as an introvert, you know. Sometimes I really long for social interaction and, like, you know, go for some party even, or maybe some social gathering with board games, or just a chit chatter with a nice brunch or something. And then the other time I just don't want to see anybody, and I just want to sit in my room and draw for days, sometimes weeks. And I don't know, this is just either one or the other. There is never in between. So it's either yeah, let's go everywhere, let's do this, let's do that, let's eat everything and, you know, explore the world, and then suddenly switch and I'm completely the other person. And then but what I've come to realize, I don't need a physical presence most of the time. I mean, it's always nice to have a nice gathering at home and, you know, play some games, or maybe board games, or maybe cook something together and have a chat and, you know, spend time and hug, and physical contact is also great. But living abroad without seeing my friends for so long just made me adapt. So I guess, and also COVID affected us as society when the lockdowns and everything started. Everybody adapted, but like my friends could just message me from time to time and ask how my day is or how my week is, and check in and ask how I'm doing, and then tell what they're doing or what they've been up to, and then just have a normal conversation from time to time. Sometimes maybe some deeper conversations, sharing something maybe vulnerable or maybe something sensitive. That's what brings me this sense of connection and also like a deep bond feeling, which in modern world is very lacking, or at least that's what I'm lacking. It's really hard for me as a person to form these bonds when I'm already an adult. And as I see it, mostly the problem is that everybody is just so self-centered and don't care about nothing but them. And that's what makes me hard to find friends, because I like to listen, okay, but I also want to be heard by the person. So it's like mutual thing. We have to both give and take. Not only me, I'm giving and the other taking. No, it has to be like mutual. It has to be balanced, I've been into so many one-sided relationships you wouldn't believe. Like people just straight up start using me at some point because I'm like very empathic and I like to give more than receive usually. And that's what attracts not so good people. Since I'm believing everybody is good unless they prove otherwise, I often end up in the toxic relationships that I have to end, and it's just draining so much of my energy, to be honest. I'm so tired of this. Like most of my friends were actually made in school. The true friends that lasted through years, not the people that randomly appear and randomly disappear and don't really care about who you are, like in the first place. Like I really value those people who show interest in your life and then they are present if you need them, or even if you don't need them, they are present, they're checking with you. And that's really, really rare in my life, at least. I hope you guys have somebody who is checking on you from time to time, at least, because that's like the best gift in the world, to be honest, to have at least one person who loves you like that. Like it doesn't have to be a romantic love, like it could be a friendship love or like platonic love. That's the best feeling, to have somebody by your side and not feel that lonely. When I got together with my husband, this feeling was actually almost gone for longest time, and I rarely feel lonely when he's around, but his work specific make him travel often. So on those times when I'm completely alone, I can enjoy some of the alone time and dive deep into my work process and draw a lot or like make a lot of videos in a row. But then at some point there's just this emptiness that's hitting me, and that's when I start to feel, oh, like I'm lonely, I need to reach out to somebody. Well, at least that's how it works for me. So I don't know who needs to hear this. If you're lonely, ever, and if you need to speak to somebody about whatever thing, whatever troubles you, or just, share some feelings or share some thoughts, please feel free to drop into my comments and leave whatever thoughts you have. Doesn't have to be even related to the art or to the video, or, you can just reach out in the comment section and like say, hey, I'm this and that and I feel lonely, or like I have something to share, or like I have a burden that I want to lift up and like I have nowhere to do it other than here, so here's my story. I would love to be a part of this presence of person by your side, and that really also brings me the feeling of belonging. Like when I'm helping somebody in the same mental state as I am, or like the one that I am very much familiar with, it helps me and it also heals my wound. So in case you guys need somebody to talk to, I'm here, and Auntie Annie will always be on your side. So here is a safe space. Here we listen and we don't judge. I just want to build like a little community around this channel that is not only loving art and, brings some colors to the world, but also makes people feel safe around, feel loved, and also bring this feeling of belonging somewhere. And that is really my dream, to do that. So little by little, I am going to build this type of vibe here. And yeah, I will try to be as helpful to as many people as I can. And that's also like a way for me to find like-minded people, so we can connect and we can form a supportive community for each other. So feel free to join, and let's help each other cure the loneliness in our hearts. Okay, I'm going to leave you for a while with music on while I work on the rest of the piece. Annie off, music on.
Keep all your game, highs and lows, highs and lows. It's all the same, highs and lows, highs and lows. Keep all your game, highs and lows, highs and lows. It's all the same, highs and lows, highs and lows. Say
And here is the strawberries. I hope you like the finished result. I really enjoyed filling this sketchbook spread, and it really helped me meditate and reflect on the thoughts that I've been sharing with you here as well. Each day I'm practicing with acrylic paint pens. I feel I'm getting more confident with them, and hopefully I can progress soon so I can be very much satisfied with my character arts as much as like food arts like this one here. Thank you very much for joining me in my little art video and also coming to my TED Talks. I'm very glad you joined. If you like my work, please consider subscribing to this channel, and you can leave a comment with your thoughts, and I hopefully will see you in the next video. Bye bye!